Hi guys. Um, Sorry I didn't do my week 22 video. There was a lot going on, and then with this whole Connecticut elementary school shooting, I just couldn't bring myself to do a video in the past few days. I don't even really want to talk about it. It's terrible. We don't. My husband and I really don't know what to think about it, just because it's it's so unbelievably tragic. We can't imagine what those parents must be going through, being new, soon to be new parents. We, it's kind of terrified us a little bit, just because in these situations, how do you know? How do you know when something like this is going to happen? And, we just really pray, and I'm thinking about everybody who has been affected by this deeply, and it's just, I'm going to start crying again if I keep talking about it, but it's not something that's easy to talk about. So yeah, I'm just not going to talk about it anymore because I'm going to start crying again. I've been crying on and off since I found out, and anytime there's something new that comes up about it, it's just terrible. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't really filmed anything for week 22, because I was going to do it. I was going to film the day of, and then it just didn't happen. So aside from that, aside from the sad news that I'm sure everybody is just heartbroken about, and also there's one thing I will talk about. There's one thing, because there's something that really, really makes me angry, and it's people who are just ignorant online. So ignorant about situations like this. It's obvious they've never gone through anything like this. It's obvious they don't know what it's like to lose somebody that they love that deeply, because if that were true, they would not say the things that they say. Some people just say horrible things in situations like this, and I don't understand why. I don't understand how they could have that much bitterness inside them. Um, I just, I don't understand it. This situation hits me pretty hard because I lost my mother to gun violence when I was 14. And that crushed my entire world. I didn't get to do anything that a normal child does with their mother. She didn't get to see me graduate. She didn't get to see me get married. She didn't get to see my firstborn child. She didn't get to see any of that. And as a person, as a child, you don't expect that ever to happen. And I know what I've gone through and how hard it has been for me to grow up and become the person that I am today, because there's so many other ways that I could have handled that situation, and there's so many other scenarios that my life could be right now. But going through that, as I think about today, what those parents must be going through, I can't even fathom. I cannot fathom what they are going through, because it's just, you're not supposed to lose your children. And definitely not like that. Um, it's not supposed to happen. So I guess the only thing that you can do for them is to pray for them and to keep them in your hearts, because there's not much that could ever make that better for them. It never gets better. Um, it gets easier to talk about, and that's about it. Sometimes it doesn't even get easier to talk about. Um, I really pray for them. And that's all I'm going to have to say about it for now, because I'm just getting too worked up. So about week 22, so about the beginning, when was it? It was probably, I can't remember what day it was. I have my days mixed up because Justin is on nights right now, so it's 10:30 at night, and I'm getting ready to go to bed, and he's at work. He just left for work. So I don't remember what day it was because he was staying awake all night, and I was sleeping. But one of the days this past week, um, when I was supposed to do my week 22 video, and that didn't happen, was because I had gone to the hospital. I took a bath. It was probably around 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And then when I got out of the bath, I felt fine all day. But then when I got out of the bath, I had some spotting. And it was such a small amount that I really wasn't too concerned with it, because during pregnancy, your body develops 50% more blood. So the cervix has a lot of blood vessels in it, and anything pretty much could give you spotting. A little bit of spotting is completely normal sometimes in pregnancy, so I didn't get myself worked up about it. And then probably around 10:30 at night, I started having some cramping. And I didn't think anything of it at first, because there's been occasions where I have had cramping. Sometimes when I eat, I'll get cramping just because my stomach, fills up and pushes on everything, and it doesn't sit too well, doesn't feel too right. So I kind of just chalked it up to that. I really didn't eat anything, but sometimes at nighttime, I would get cramping too. And then it was becoming more frequent. I timed it for probably about an hour, and then towards the end of that hour, the pain had just gotten worse, and they were getting closer and closer apart, probably about 3 or 4 minutes apart. I didn't exactly time it on my timer or anything, because I was trying to fall asleep, so I just kind of, estimated that they were about 3 or 4 minutes apart. So I decided at that time I should go ahead and call my midwife and see what she had thought. Now, Justin was awake at this time. He had to transition from his days to nights. He had off that day, but he was transitioning, so he was staying awake, which I was really thankful for, because I would have felt really alone if he was asleep while I was going through this. But so I'd gotten up. I used the bathroom again. I stopped bleeding. I wasn't spotting anymore. It was just a very tiny bit that I had spotted. But I did call my midwife, and I told her about that, and I told her about the cramping and how they were becoming very frequent, and they were becoming more painful. So she told me that it could be that I was dehydrated, which I don't. It wasn't because I was dehydrated, because I had drank quite a bit that day, and even at the hospital, they checked my urine and said that my urine was pretty good. It wasn't dehydrated. They said I could have had a little bit more water, but it wasn't because of dehydration. So, but I did drink a lot of water, like she told me to, and then she told me to try and sleep. So I did that, and then I slept till probably about 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up, and I had to use the bathroom, and then I just had terrible, terrible cramping, and I didn't know at that point what I wanted to do because Justin was supposed to go to sleep in a few hours. And I kind of felt like if we go to the hospital, we're going to be there for a long time, and Justin's not going to get the sleep that he needs, and then he's going to have to go to work tomorrow night. And then it just kind of felt like all these things, and I felt like, well, maybe nothing's going on, and it's just me freaking out. But so I lay there for a little bit longer, and I was kind of rubbing my stomach a little bit because the cramps were getting worse. And then I started feeling the tightening. So every time I would get a cramp, my whole stomach would tighten up. So I told Justin that I think these are definitely contractions. And I called my midwife again, and I told her what was happening. I told her that I drank the water. I went to sleep. I woke up with um, stronger cramping, and that I thought they were turning into contractions because they were tightening up my whole stomach. So at that point, she had said to go in to the snuggery, they call it, but it's labor and delivery, and that they would check me out. And so she had gone to the hospital, and she met me there, and they hooked me up to the monitors, and they hooked me up. They hooked me up to the contraction, the one that monitors your contractions, and the one that monitors your baby. The baby was moving around so much that they had to turn his off because he was just so active that it was hard to have conversations. It was hard to answer their questions because every time you'd go to answer a question, you just hear thumps everywhere. So that was really good. They said that he was probably one of the most active babies they've heard in a really long time. And then they did say that I was having contractions, so they said it was preterm contractions, but I was not in preterm labor, which I really didn't understand that, but I guess, yeah, I guess it's fine. They checked my cervix, they checked my urine. I didn't have um, anything wrong with my urine. I didn't have a urinary tract infection or anything like that. They did check my cervix. They did a culture. They did an internal swab thing where they send it to the lab and they check it out, and I guess it lets them know if there is a possibility or percentage that I could go into early labor before 25 weeks or whatever, and I guess that came back good. And then she did an internal exam to check my cervix. She said she thought that my cervix was long and closed, which was good, but they wanted to send me for an ultrasound just to make sure. And then, so they gave me they gave me a big thing of water to drink and then a bunch of juices. And I drank those even though I wasn't really dehydrated. It just had been since I had like slept from 11 to 3 in the morning. I hadn't had anything to drink, so I drank pretty much all of those. And then I went down for my ultrasound, and everything was good. The baby was fine. He was kicking around, and he was still a boy. So that's one of the things she said. She asked if we knew what we were having, and we said that we were having a boy, and she said, okay, well, good, it's still a boy. And then she also checked my cervix on that. She did an internal ultrasound and checked my cervix, and they said that it was long and closed, and that it was 3.7 centimeters. Is that 3.7 centimeters? I think is how much it's supposed to be, or 4. If anywhere from like 3 to 4, I guess is good. I guess 4 is the best it could be. So 3.7 was good. If it's anywhere down in the 2s, I think that's considered an incompetent cervix. So that was really good, and that was one of the things I was really worried about when I had gone because if you get enough contractions in an hour, it could start to open your cervix. So that was definitely really, really good. And then they sent me back up to labor and delivery after the ultrasound, and I waited there for a little while. They they monitored my contractions for a couple hours. We were there for about 5 hours, and they monitored them for a couple hours, and then by the time we left, they were done. So they said it could have been numerous amounts of things. It could have been maybe I just needed a little bit more water. Stress could be one of them. Intercourse could be one of them, and that was the one that they really thought it was because, yeah, because we had intercourse that morning, which we don't ever do now since I'm pregnant. So she said that could definitely have been what it was. But regardless, everything is fine. And I have an appointment on the 4th, which is not too far away. So I think I'm going to stick it out and wait till that appointment. But she did say that if I was worried about anything, to call them and just to set up a new appointment for sooner. If there's anything that I am worried about and I'm feeling, she said you can call, set up an appointment, and we will get you in as soon as we can. Because they don't want me, to worry about anything. And when you worry a lot, it's liable to have that happen again. So yeah, that was really nice. And they were really, really nice. I saw 2 of the midwives that I haven't seen yet. So I think I've seen 3 out of the 4 midwives now. And they're all really nice. I was worried because I felt kind of embarrassed because even though I was having preterm contractions, I wasn't in labor or anything. And I was kind of embarrassed when I first got there because I was like, well, what if this isn't anything? And then, I'm just another one of those girls that goes into labor and delivery and there's nothing wrong with them, this and that. And they had told me not to worry about any of that. They said, it's better to have you come in and not have they said, we'd rather you come in and not have anything wrong with you than you come in and something is wrong. So that made me feel a little bit better. So yeah, everything was good. And that was basically everything that happened in week 22. I really don't think there was anything new. I think it was pretty much a boring week. Things have been slowing down, it feels like. I think this is that stage where everything kind of slows down. So we did decide when we're going to have our baby shower. We're going to have it January 20th. So it may change within a day or two, but that's basically for now when we're going to have it. Yeah, and we're going to have it back home with family, obviously, because they can't come here. So Justin's going to take leave. He's going to take, I think, 10 days of leave, which will be really nice. It'll be perfect because he'll be able to, be at the baby shower, and then we'll be able to see family, and then we'll be able to have time to do the baby's room together, which I think is going to be perfect. So I was really worried about that, me doing it by myself and Justin missing out on a lot of the things I know he wants to do. As for week 23, it's Sunday, so it's the first day of week 23. There's not really much going on. I'm kind of on a little bit of bed rest. I'm obviously, after what had happened, it's not really bed rest that I have to be on. She said pelvic rest. I need to drink lots of fluids, which I have been doing. I was a little bit bad with that. Oops, sorry. I got a soda from McDonald's, but all day I've been drinking water other than that, and tons of water, so it's okay to have one every once in a while, and I haven't had soda in a long time. Yeah, let's see. So I'm kind of on a little bit of bed rest, not really, but I'm just not allowed to do anything crazy, and we're not. She said, what did she say? She said no intercourse. So that's out of the picture, but that was already pretty much out of the picture anyway, so it doesn't bother me, but poor Justin. She said at least until 25 weeks, because then I guess at 25 weeks, God forbid I did go into early labor, the baby would have a more of a chance a better chance of surviving. But I'm just gonna cut it out completely because I don't want to take any chances. I want to go full term. I want the baby to develop the most that it can. He can. So, yeah, I'm just decided not to do that. So, that's about it. Just take it easy. Rest a little bit. I did clean today, not too much, but I couldn't stand it anymore, so I just had to clean a little bit, but then I just laid back down. And that's for the rest of the week. Let's see, how big was the baby last week? See, I don't remember, or it was 21 weeks actually, so I don't remember how big the baby was, but you can see in my other video, the baby says over 11 inches long this week and weighs just over a pound. The baby can hear me talk now, which is really cute. Maybe I'll have to read some stories or something to him. Let's see. It says he's the size of a large mango, but I think these fruits that they're saying are kind of different because I think like a banana is bigger than a mango, and then like at 21 weeks it said the baby was as big as a banana, and then now it says baby as big as a large mango, and I think a large mango is like this big, and then banana's like this big. So I'm not going by the fruits anymore, just because I feel like some fruits are bigger than others, and then sometimes you go in the fruit market and there's the same fruit that's all different sizes, so you never know which one. I'm just going by what it says on the inches. So, and then some of them say different things. Like one of them said last week the baby was a foot long, and then this week it says the baby's 11 inches or a little over 11 inches. So it's pretty much a foot, but you never know. He's been kicking right up here, and then I'll feel him kick here and my bladder at the same time. So he's pretty big. But then again, I'm also really small. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, when I had my ultrasound, that was really cool because that was like the one good thing that we had gotten. Well, no, there's a couple things good things we got out of the experience because we got a little bit of practice going to the hospital. I was having the contractions and everything, and they hurt. Like I've had the Braxton Hicks, but they don't hurt. When I get Braxton Hicks, they don't hurt. My stomach just tightens up and it just feels a little bit weird, but they don't hurt at all. And then when I got the other contractions, it was like I was like breathing through them. I was like in the car, and Justin, you can tell he was a little worried, but yeah. So we got a little bit of practice with getting to the hospital and everything because the hospital is like 26 minutes away. It's about a half hour away. And then we got an ultrasound. So, and our insurance covers any ultrasound that is medically needed and that is considered medically needed. And the ultrasound at the hospital was way better quality than the one at our doctor's office. Like you could see everything. And the lady was so nice enough to turn the monitor towards me. When she was done looking at everything she needed, she turned the monitor towards me and she was showing me a bunch of things and his hands and stuff. And I think she could sense that I was not in the greatest of moods, and so and that I was really worried. So she wanted to lighten it up, and I was really thankful for that. So that was good. But other than that, in week 13, I haven't had any symptoms, no more headaches. I have had a little bit of swelling. I told you last time I had to take my wedding ring off. I've kept this one on because this one's a little bigger than my wedding ring, so this one's been okay, but my wedding ring in that one had to come off. It's on my neck still. I tried putting it back on and then it swelled up again, and then I had a really hard time getting it off, so I just decided to not do that. A little bit of swelling in my feet. I think that's about it. I've been really itchy, like really itchy. It feels like somebody I was talking to who's also pregnant mentioned to me that it feels like there's like a bunch of fleas biting you, and that's what it feels like. It's so bad. I have my dream cream from Lush has been my savior for that because it's just so soothing. I have my husband rub it. A lot of times where I get itchy is on my back. And I would have thought it would be my stomach. I get a little itchy on my stomach, but mostly it's my back. And so I have my husband rub some lotion on it, and it seems to help a bit. But yeah, that's really the only symptoms I've had. I really haven't had any cravings. I guess like some sweet things, like pie. I made brownies the other day, but I really wasn't craving them. I think because I don't make brownies that often. Like I make them like once a month, maybe. Not even like not even just brownies, just like sweet cupcakes or something. I did it mostly just because I wanted to bake something, but then I've been eating them a little bit, so. But I still have been eating lemons, so I guess that's like my major craving. It's gonna be exciting to see if I'm still eating them after pregnancy. Yeah. Oh, I need to show you guys something. This is gonna be a really long video. I'm so sorry. I have to take you guys with me because they're in my kitchen and I forgot to get them. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm sorry. See my house? Oh, jeez. So much stuff. Okay. I bought a maternity coat because it's winter. And I didn't think about that. I didn't think how I would be needing a maternity coat, but I do. And then when I did, they sent me a bunch of coupons and gift cards, like gift card codes for baby accessories, and I was so excited. I was a little bit skeptical at first, just because a lot of times, Ninja, I'm sorry, my dog just tried to knock over my computer. I'm gonna have to take her to the vet. She has really dry skin, and it's turning into like a rash on her legs. And she needs to go to the vet probably this weekend. But so they sent me these gift card coupons where I could get three free things. I just had to pay for shipping. And I was really skeptical, but I decided to do it anyways. If they didn't come, I wasn't going to be out of that much money, and I really wanted these. So the first thing they sent me was from, oh, what is this? Undercovers. It is a nursing, what is this called? A nursing cover. So what it is, I got this color. You can pick your color. What it is, it looks like an apron, kind of, the top of it. This is going to be hard to show you on my computer. But you know, you have it on like this. And then this part is like hard, so you can see down it, like you're looking down your shirt, and you can see the baby, but no one else can see the baby underneath. It's falling because I don't have it tied, but the baby will be under here and no one else can see. So that's really cool. And this also, so originally it was supposed to be just this, but they upgraded it for me and gave me the whole set, which came with reusable nursing pads, 2 sets. They're washable ones, and then it came with this nursing bracelet. It keeps track of which side you nursed from, what time, and how long, all on the wrist. So I guess like on here, you can't see it because it's black. But it has left and then right. You flip it over for right, and then flip it over for left, and then you put these things on it, and it marks how long and which side it was on. So I think that's really, really cool. It's gonna help me keep track. I don't know if I'm gonna wear this all the time, but I'll probably just wear it when I'm nursing or something. And then the next thing I got, holy crap, this video is going to be really long, is these 7 Slings Everyday Sling. And I got it in the color Northern Lights. And it's just this blue pattern, really pretty blue pattern. I think it's really, really cute. And they had this one in a set as well. It came with little matching socks for the baby, but I would have had to pay money for that one, and this one was free aside from shipping. And then also I got a car seat cover, but that hasn't come in the mail yet. I was surprised these came in because it said that it can take up to a month for me, or for them to even ship, and I ordered these, like, I forget when I ordered them, but it was recently, and I went to my mailbox today and I wasn't expecting there to be a package in there. I didn't even know what it was. There was 2 packages and I didn't even know what they were, and then when I opened them I was like, oh, okay. So those are our first baby things that we have. We have our crib coming, but it's not going to be here for probably another week or so. So that is about it. I'm going to show you my belly because I don't, this video is already 30 minutes long. It's going to take me probably a whole day to upload it, and I don't know what else to talk about. I probably missed a bunch of things, but if there's anything you guys want to know, don't hesitate to comment. So I'm going to show you my belly. I don't know what it was the last time. It's in my other video. It might have been 35.5 or something, but we'll see. We'll see if it's changed. Let me get my measuring tape. I feel like I almost feel like my belly's gotten smaller, but I think that it's just going out like this way a little bit more. Like I noticed I don't know. Maybe it did get bigger. See, when I look at it in the mirror, it looks smaller, but when I look at it like on the computer, it definitely looks bigger. It looks rounder. It's like a ball. I got a ball. So yeah, let's see here. I want to make sure I'm like doing this correctly. We're at 36. So it seems to be growing pretty consistently. It's like a ½ inch every week. Or a ½ inch every other week, or something like that. But yeah, so that's my belly. No stretch marks and nothing along the lines of that. So yes, that's 23 weeks. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.